Hello, welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Wetter42 here. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. This is going to be a sort of no editing, one cut discussion of sort of the channel, where we've been, and some of the things to come. As we discuss these topics, we're going to sort of make it a little fun. We're going to take a flight around Los Santos in this custom Luxor 2 here. We're going to be departing from Fort St. Kudos, so currently ATC seems to have taken a little nap, so we don't have to worry about getting any clearance or anything like that. So let's have a little fun. Okay, so where have we been? To answer that sort of one swift statement, we've been busy. For me personally, life has seemed to have taken over, and work especially has been demanding of me over the course of the past few months. I try to sort of get updates out when I can, but as fun as this is, unfortunately, this doesn't pay the bills. So sometimes you guys will find gaps in communication. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm not doing anything, and in fact, a lot of times that actually means that I'm super busy working on stuff, and we're working on trying to like bring out really cool updates for our upcoming server. Things that'll just make the experience the perfect balance of realism and fun, which is what we're trying to accomplish here. Alright, it's clear, so we're going to taxi on active and take off. With that being said, I want to sort of, we'll do a demonstration of one of the scripts that we are super excited for. We'll talk about another script, and we'll briefly mention a few other scripts that we're also working on as well. Know that we are working to sort of once again deliver this super awesome experience for you guys, so we're striving for perfection here, which is why you're not really seeing a lot of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. That's okay. We're just keeping our head down for the time being. So alright, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's talk about some of the handlings. Now, if you're very observant, you will have noticed V1. Positive rate. Oh, gear up. Let's kill the bird. Let's do a nice little right turn. You may have noticed that regarding some of these handlings that we've never actually uploaded a tail wheel plane, which is a plane where the wheel that rotates is actually in the back, or under the sort of vertical stabilizer. And to that I say you're absolutely correct. The reason we haven't done this is because of a sort of trade-off limitation that the sort of handling system operates in. So there's this value called F-pitch stabilize, which is responsible for a couple of things. The first thing it's responsible for is auto rotation of the nose. So you notice how my nose is going up and down without really anything sort of resetting. So if I pitch up and leave it, it's going to continue to pitch up until I stall. If I pitch down, it's going to stay at that attitude or even continue pitching down. The reason we can do this is because of this value called F-pitch stabilization. We've basically disabled or outright removed it, but the way that the physics for the rear or tail wheel planes work is that it actually requires this value to be enabled. So we're sort of faced with a sort of challenge where you either can have it and have a less realistic control structure, or you don't have it and you have really nice flight controls. So we're sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place there, but we're going to start working on it. We'll upload these handlings out, but just know for the time being you're going to have to focus on 3-point landings, or essentially manipulating the plane on the ground to make it seem a little bit more realistic. That's sort of the trade-off that we're dealing with. So back to the script information. As mentioned, we're going to talk about one of the scripts that we're super excited for, which is the Gforces script or load factor script. If you don't know what Gforces or load factors are, please look it up. But essentially, once you bypass a certain amount of Gforces, your plane starts to damage and your player starts to black out. It's a really cool concept one of our guys came up with, and we've been sort of really just working on perfecting it, making sure it applies to all planes. Some planes handle differently, so they sort of have a different sort of handling ratio, but essentially we're just working on balancing it and making sure that it's fun, you know. So that's something we're currently working on right now. I'm just gonna fly over the runway. We're gonna do a touch and go, but this approach is terrible. Awesome. So we'll go ahead and do a touch and go on Fort St. Kudo. So we'll do a quick demo of what that looks like here. And I will go ahead and open the console and we'll start Gforces. As you can see on the bottom, there's an indicator. It's not pretty, we're in debug mode right now, but essentially what this does is it measures the load factor, or the virtual load factor of this virtual plane, which is really cool, because we can start doing things when the plane reaches load limits that it shouldn't, right? We're following real-world flight models to sort of measure this data, including getting the angle of attack and a few other things as well. So really fun stuff. You can see here the load factor is increasing during landing. It's not going to be perfect, but we try to get it as close to perfect and fun as we can. It's a very nice touch and go. We'll increase thrust again and we will take back off. V1, rotate, positive rate, gear up. Let's do a left turn. Okay, so that's the Gforces. We're running out of time here, so I'll speed this up. The next thing we're working on is our force of nature script, is what I like to call it. Essentially that covers turbulences, crosswinds, and up and down drafts. It'll be really cool. Essentially these are going to be things that have lasting effects on the plane as you're flying. For example, if you're flying in a glider and you're running low on altitude and speed, you can fly towards the mountain and catch some updraft, right? There's a couple challenges. We're trying to essentially figure out how to get this enabled with regards to the map. So we're trying to figure out how to essentially randomize it, but at the same time keep it consistent. So your updrafts should follow a path on the mountain. You shouldn't have updrafts all around the mountain. That wouldn't make sense. So things like that. We're just trying to make sure it stays random, it stays consistent, and that it's, once again, it stays fun, right? So that's something to keep in mind. We also have a couple of other scripts that are coming up. Engine script, which deals with engine components of various plane types. Fuel script, of course, that's basic AATC, which I won't talk about right now, but it's freaking awesome. And yeah, a few other scripts that are really just going to enhance the flying of the game. So that'll be really exciting. More to come soon, so keep an eye out, keep an ear out. We have some upcoming videos as well, which I will quickly discuss. One of them is a simple one, quality of life improvements for FiveM, focused on aviation servers, so things you could do to make the experience a little bit more fun. You'll notice here that if you look around, there's a large or very far-stretching horizon. There's no altitude clouds and there's no fog. These are all some of the small things that you can actually disable to make the game a little bit more enjoyable, which I will do a video on soon. Helicopter Tutorials 2, that'll be super fun. Thank you everyone for the views and keep on watching it, keep on sharing, keep on enjoying. And then the Heli Tutorial is gonna touch on things like advanced maneuvers, auto rotations, handling matrix, things like that. It's gonna be awesome. And then last but not least, channel update. If time permits, we'll do a September channel update talking about the future things we'll do. We'll push out a lot more handlings if we can, and focus a lot more on the actual server stuff, because that's the stuff that we truly care about, you know. So yeah, that's about it. Oh, and one more thing, we will be spinning the wheel of handlings for a fighter jet and a plane. We haven't forgotten about that. That's actually going to be coming up very, very shortly, so be on the lookout for that as well. That's everything we wanted to discuss, and this might have went a little bit over the time of a regular channel update, but that's okay. We have a lot that we've been working on, and a lot that we are working on, and a lot that we plan on working on, so we just wanted to share that with you guys, let you know to stay tuned, stay excited, keep asking us questions, keep trying out our handlings, keep trying our scripts. Any bugs you guys have, let us know. But yeah, thanks so much for staying tuned, for watching, and thanks to 308 people at the time of this video for subscribing to our channel. We really appreciate it. It keeps us motivated. And yeah, if you want to join our team, feel free to reach out to myself. My email is on the channel, but if not, you can always comment and reach out as well. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and I will see you in the skies. Echo Romeo 42 out.